To the show. So
Thank
you were one of those who fought valiantly, you fought hard, you had what was previously considered a very safe seat. Unfortunately, you lost your seat. Where do you think that the campaign, where do you think the Conservatives went wrong?
One of the things I noticed as I was going around knocking on doors, we were like the Speaker, over 25,000 steps a day, constantly knocking on doors. People were disillusioned with the Conservatives. They didn't like the past bickering. And they were saying to me, Sheryll, we're not blaming you, but the National Party has run out of steam. We don't like the bickering, and it's time for a change.
And in terms of that change, we've already talked in the studio here about a few of the runners and riders. We had Robert Jenrick on the show yesterday. He's making a pledge. Suella Braverman. Priti Patel is another name that's leapt to mind. Where do you think the party should be going? There's been a lot of talk about the party should go back to a more conservative side, a more right-wing side. At the same time, other people saying you only win from the centre. Sheryll Murray, where do you think the party should be heading?
Well, we need somebody who's had a lot of experience being involved with the Conservative Party for decades. And I think somebody who can put together a Conservative strategy and be wide-ranging as well. And I think that candidate could be Priti Patel. She hasn't declared she's standing, but Priti, if you're listening, I really hope that you will put your name forward. My members absolutely love her. She's gone around the country for years, speaking to the members, visiting events. She did one in my constituency, and people who are Conservative traditional voters trust her. So I really, really hope that Priti will put her name forward, and she will be one of the two candidates to go before the membership, because I think she's got the track record with the Conservative Party. When she was very, very young, I remember seeing her on the stage at the party conference. And so she's stuck with our party. She isn't a newcomer. She's been around for a very, very long time. She's seen the party through very difficult times as well. And I think she would be the one who could take our party forward.
Well, Sheryl, we're seeing another couple of candidates there who might fancy their chances. Kemi Badenoch just being sworn in there, James Cleverly, Jeremy Hunt before him. What do you do, Sheryll Murray, about your Nigel Farage-shaped problem? Undeniably, the Reform Party, 5 MPs sworn in today, caused a huge headache for the Conservative Party at the electoral polling stations in this election. A lot of talk about, is there any room in the Conservative Party for somebody like Nigel Farage? Priti Patel has come out saying absolutely not. People like Nigel Farage don't belong in the party. So long as that kind of talk continues, Sheryll Murray, surely the votes will sorely just be split. Okay, Sheryll Murray, so I want to ask you about what you think you should do about Nigel Farage. Some candidates have come out. Robert Jenrick said yesterday there is no place in the Conservative Party for Nigel Farage. Priti Patel, although she danced with him at the Conservative Party conference, was suitably scathing too. What do you do about your Farage-shaped problem?
Well, I don't think there is room for Nigel Farage in the Conservative Party. When I was knocking on doors, people were saying to me they wanted to send a message, but they didn't want a Labour government. I think a lot of people put their cross by reform on the ballot paper, thinking it wouldn't really make a difference. And now they've seen what that's done. And I think people will be reflecting on that. And we haven't lost Conservative voters. They wanted to send us a message. So we need a leader now who can actually bring those voters back, give them the confidence. And I think that person is somebody who's had a lot of experience over a number of years in the party, and that's Priti Patel.
But Sheryl, we hear all the time from GB News viewers, we get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages every day, And the same thing they say all the time is the Conservative Party simply stopped being Conservative. You're a party wedded to net zero, a party wedded to high taxation. We've seen record immigration on your watch. Many people feel that the party was terminally divided over Brexit. It was only the Brexit Party that got the Conservatives to be Conservative. Many people say it's the Reform Party are actually making the Conservatives be Conservative. So how can you say that the answer is just to dismiss Nigel Farage and, oh, they're just lending their vote? Perhaps, actually, people are fed up of your party.
Well, I think you're looking backwards. I think we need to look forwards. If we elect a leader who then will set out a strategy with Conservative principles, you can't actually say Nigel Farage would be the person to compete with us, because that new leader would put their strategy in place and put their set of ideas in place. And I genuinely believe that that person would be Priti, and I really hope that she is going to put her name forward, because she's very forward-thinking. She thinks strategically. She has true Conservative principles at her heart and has been loyal to the party for decades. And so I think it's time that we had a true Conservative as leader who can put forward Conservative principles and a plan to take the fight to Starmer.
OK, Sheryll Murray, I don't know, I'm just getting an inkling you might be backing Priti Patel. Sheryll Murray, the former Conservative MP for South East Cornwall, thank you very much for joining us here on GB News.